everyone, it's Hadar. Thank you so much for joining me. Today, I am honored and thrilled to share with you the stories of 6 of my incredible New Sound students. This interview was conducted last week during our English Fluency Festival, and my students shared with the members what was needed for them to reach a real transformation in English. They're going to talk about building habits and changing their mindset and practicing with a community and following a proven roadmap. And they will also show you that it is possible to reach significant results within just a few months. Just a few months ago, these students felt very limited and inhibited in their journey. They felt like they could not communicate effectively, and they kept criticizing themselves and felt like an imposter in English. But today, you will hear their stories and where they are today at a completely different place, a place of confidence, a place of pride, a place of ownership, and a place of fluency. I hope that their story is going to inspire you to take action, stay motivated, and understand what is really needed to make a real change in English. Now, as we're sharing this video, doors for New Sound are open for a limited time. So if you want to see the same results in your life, and if you want to reach a transformation in English, click the link below and see how I can help you as well. Let's watch their stories. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please let's welcome with applause our amazing students and our amazing Fluency Festival members who are going to share with you their experience and their English fluency experience and journey. So, Ahlam, welcome. Lisandro, hello. Delphi. Arthur, Kyung Hee, and Mew. Hello, everyone. How are you feeling today?
Good.
Amazing.
Great.
Excited.
Stronger.
All right, so let's see that everything is here on the chat. Good. We can see you all. Let me see. Hold it. No, wait. Okay, perfect. So I'm so happy to see you here today, and I'm so happy to for our students to hear your stories. And we personally know, from the program, we have, you've been very active inside of the community, and your stories were exceptional in particular because you were also very open about sharing your story and including the community throughout the entire program. So, dear Fluency Festival members, I'm so happy to introduce you to my students. And what we're going to do is we're going to go around and each of them will tell you a little bit about themselves and what has been their biggest breakthrough over the past few months. So we are going to start with Delphi. We're just going to go to how it's organized on my screen. So hello, Delphi.
Hi. I didn't thought I was going to be first.
So you will get to see that. But Lisandro is like, he's rooting for everyone, and he always has those signs as someone else speaks. And the t-shirt, show them the t-shirt, Lisandro. Yeah. So Delphi, how are you doing? Tell us. I'm so happy to have you here.
I'm great. I'm so great. I'm grateful also for all of you, of your team, and all the New Sound community. Well, my name is Delphi. I'm from Argentina, and I'm living here, so I don't use English regularly every day. But doing this New Sound course and with all the community and all the conversation groups, I put English in my life. Now, one day that I don't speak English, it's like rare, like I feel strange.
Wow.
For example, this last week, I was a little bit busy because of the university and all of that. So there were like 1 day or 2 days that I didn't speak, and it felt strange. I feel like, oh my God, it's missing something in my like it was strange. So when I started to speak again, it was like, oh my God, now I feel alive again.
I'm home.
Yeah.
So can you again tell us a little bit how it was like before you joined New Sound? Were you speaking English regularly?
No, I was in the influency community, but I didn't join to a lot of conversation groups. Not because I was scared. I don't know why I didn't do that. But yeah, I joined to some of the conversation groups. I remember with Leia, I joined to a lot of her conversation groups, and I met a lot of people. And I fell in love with meeting new people and to speak in English, because when I started, I wasn't afraid of speaking. I was afraid of open my camera to
Mm,
people to see me. Like, it was strange. I remember my parents, like, they didn't understand what I was doing.
wow.
And they said, like, be careful, and
Yeah.
that's why I was a little bit afraid. But after 2 or 3 conversation groups or breakup rooms, I felt so welcome in the community. And yeah, I feel great. But anyways, I was a little bit shy. I didn't speak that much. I didn't have so much to say also, so I didn't speak. But then when I started to join to a lot of conversation groups in New Sound, I found one day, I don't know, one day I joined to one, and I was like, when it finished, I was like, oh, it felt different. And it was like a great feeling.
Can you okay, let's talk about that moment, right? What did different felt like at that point?
Oh, it felt like I was speaking without thinking that I was speaking in English. So it was great. I remember I was sending also that day, I was sending a message, an audio message to Arthur, actually. Yeah. And I was sending him a message, and I felt like, wow, it didn't, like, I didn't put effort in speaking. And Arthur, I remember he said, you didn't ask for feedback, but I want to give you some feedback. And you sound amazing, like so confident, the prosody. And I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. It was incredible, because in that audio and that day, I felt strange. And Arthur just told me, so it wasn't just me that I felt that way.
Yeah.
Um,
You had the
like I
validation from someone you respected, and then it was like, okay, it's not just in my head. And even if it's in your head, by the way, that is a huge step, but it's nice to have that external feedback.
Yeah. And well, before New Sound, I was really shy, even in Spanish, like in my daily life. I was really shy. I remember I couldn't have a talk with someone that I didn't know for like 5 minutes. Being alone with someone, it was like, oh my God, I can do it. I don't have any topic of a conversation. But after meeting a lot of people, I now I can say that I can have a conversation with someone for 5 minutes, for 10 minutes, for 20 minutes. And yeah, we always find a topic of conversation. So yeah, it's great.
Amazing. That's so incredible. And I think this is what's so beautiful about this work is that it's not like, oh, every day you see a little bit of progress, but you work consistently and you feel like everything is just, the same old. And all of a sudden you're like, wait, something feels different, because that's the compound effect where you do the work, you show up. And Delphi, I think that what you described, and I'm just going to put it into the words that we used yesterday, you have built very strong foundations, right? You've built the habit. This is why English is just like a must. It's people who work out every day. And then Lisandro just talked about doing yoga before we started. If you practice yoga every day, one day without practicing yoga would feel like you're not in your body. And for Delphi, that's the same with English, right?
Mhm.
Because it's a habit and it's something that she enjoys. And I think this is what is so important about creating the right circumstances for us to succeed, because it's so important to have habits and also to have fun, while doing it. What would you say? Would you say that that's accurate?
Yes, of course. And when we started New Sound, I remember the first module. It was about foundations, and I was like thinking about that, and I was like, oh, I don't need that. Like, I don't need that. But I did the module, the entire module. I completed all the workbook, and it helped. For example, back then, before New Sound, I didn't have like a routine in English. I didn't speak every day. I didn't practice every day. I just listened to videos on YouTube while I was like doing my breakfast, but I didn't speak. But after I built the habit and I write it down, write my goals and all of that, I started to get consistent in something, and it felt great. I realized that when we finished New Sound, and I said,
Mm.
yeah, I have been practicing English like every day, no skipping, maybe one day, but at the other day I was like freaking out to to get all done. So yeah, it was great, and I'm so grateful that I did that first module about habits. And now, like you said, it felt strange to not speak in English one day.
Amazing. Yes, and I think this is why we ended up having like adding it because it's so foundational and it's so important for any type of change that we want to see. Delphi, we're going to come back to you, but thank you so much so far, and this is so inspiring.
Thank you.
Lisandro, thank you, my love. How are you doing? Would you like to quickly introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what what has been different for you since over the
Uh,
past few years? What has
Hi,
changed?
hi,
Few months.
Hadar. Hi, winners. Hi, everyone. The 427 students from the last time. We all are winners. Definitely. Just to be here and face your fear and learning from the best because we have the best of the best. Nobody, I'm so sorry to, it's not because you in my front, but you are the best of the best. And I get a new identity. Oh, not a new identity. I have my old identity back because of you, and I feel so much strong. My name is Lisandro de Paula. I'm from Brazil. I speak four languages. The other languages were so easy. Was like fire my nails, and the English was the difficult task, but not anymore. Now I have Hadar, and I have the whole community here help us a lot. And by the way, these six people over here was in one group. We need to have a speak partner during the classes. It's to help us to develop more, uh, to build your English vocabulary, everything. And I had a 1, 2, 3, 26. By the end, I have a 76, and I put everybody in one room, and we was working with Hadad during the day, and after the class we was together learning English together. And those six over here is from this big group. So we did our part. We are reflects from something we put effort in it. So guys, we are the best, and the other one's the best too. So if you guys not here, yes, if you guys not here, but you guys there behind the scene and we're supporting everybody else. That's the more important thing is, yes, Ahlam, we have to do it our part. And
So, Lisandro, I have a question for you because you have been a huge part of the community and actually like a force because you created that group and you were very active and you were posting every day. You know, what would you say about the importance of community and connection when it comes to your English journey? Because, yesterday I talked about it as it's like the underlying force, but how did that feel for you?
First of all, the beginning I was a little afraid because with the unknown, when the unknown is coming, you like, oh, what's going on? But as soon you pay attention and be precise, because this place, it's everybody is the same boat. Hada is the captain, and we are those guys behind there. Let's paddle together, and then we go to the other side of the island beautifully and easily. So the first day, like Delphi said, I was like, "What is this? I don't understand. I thought it was English, but a foundation." And I was like, "The foundation is very important. It's there." I realized it's everything you did was perfectly. And then I was afraid to post my first video, and I was like, "Did I go? Did I go? Did I stay? What I go? What I do?" So I posted, and as soon as I posted, I saw a reflection from my friends. I call them brothers and sisters because we are brothers. We are sisters in this. Everybody has the same thing, and we're not afraid to be together. Together, we do better than before, than ever. I tell everybody. Hadar, thank you for this amazing material. The way you're doing 360 version the video, and then we can stand from in and out. You are, oh my God, I feel like so thrive all the time.
Oh my God, Lisandro, you're such like you're such a sun, like you're sun. You really spread light, and that idea of support and encouragement is so true. And I love it that you said, because right now you show up as very confident and very kind of like you're in your skin and you feel confident. But it's important to hear that at the beginning it was hard for you to post a video, and it was just the response of the community that kind of like reminded you that showing up like yourself is okay. And it's a safe space to do it. And not only that, it encourages us to show up more. And when we show up more, we improve. And would you say that that has helped you improve, even in speaking and kind of like how you interact?
Definitely, because when you record yourself, you are the director. You sitting there, and then you listen to you the actors in there, and then you can tell what happened. And so when you hear yourself, you're doing better because sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. And if it's not good, try it again. As a matter of fact, trying make you better. And if you make a mistake, the mistake make you stronger. You say that all the time in your videos, Hadar. It's true. If you make a mistake make us stronger, make us understand. Because if it's something bad happen, you sitting there and you analyze what's going on. So the same thing, if you did something wrong, you're gonna analyze, and the next time you're gonna say better and precise, not like the before.
Exactly. And when you feel safe to make mistakes, which we all have in the community, then it's really like we are able to leverage that opportunity. If we constantly, so it's both mindset, but also the environment you're in. Because if it's a non-judgmental environment, it gives you that freedom to do what you want and to say what you want. And also, you feel that it's welcome. It's part of the deal. That's
Exactly.
amazing.
Other thing,
Lisa?
when I started making video, I recognize a new person, not a new person. The old person, me, myself, and I was there, but he was doing better than before because now I'm learning from something specifically perfect. I'm sorry, it's a perfect. The perfectionism is from God, but here we can hear in 360 ways, and that we feel so comfortable to copying her and say it. When you copy from the best, everything is very easy to say. I'm not afraid. I'm so like, I like to hear myself nowadays. Before we were like, I don't want to say. And now I feel like I even sing. I even sing now. We learn everything here. We learn how to use your voice. You learn how to recognize yourself. Mindset make you stronger, and everything's complete. It's I never had. I am a I learned English learner for many years, more than 20 years. And 5 months ago, I was so sad. And between during the COVID, I was more sad than before. But and then I get hurt. Hadar. One day I went online and I was like, "Who is the person? It's Rachel. I thought it was Rachel, one person that I used to follow." And I was like, "She's so young." I was like, "She's not Native American." Oh my God, I want to be with her. And I'm here today. I don't want to. get away from here. I want to be here for
You're not
much.
going anywhere, my friend.
I will be
So
here.
grateful, so grateful for that moment that you decided to say yes and to join our community. And you've made a big impact. You know, we always talk about the journey of the learner, right? Like from being an anxious speaker, an avoider, to an anxious speaker, to, you know, like you start having a little bit more courage and you're challenging yourself, and at some point you become an influencer, which means that through your journey, you start influencing others. And I can definitely say, whether it's in your personal life or in the community, professional life, and I can definitely say that all of you are definitely, you know, in that area, or really just this is your kind of like your purpose when it comes to English. So thank you, Lisandro. And next on, Ahlam. Hello, my love.
Hi, Hadar. Hi, everyone.
How are you
Hi.
doing?
I'm I'm doing amazing. I am feeling excited, super happy, and so grateful for this moment. Really, just 5 months ago, I was in the audience and I was listening to your students, and I wish at that time to be in that place. And today I am here, so I am so thankful and grateful for that.
Well, it makes both of us. I'm so happy to have you, and it's been an honor to have you in the program. Would you like to tell the audience a little bit about you and about what has changed for you over the last few
Sure.
months?
Of course. So, my name is Ahlam, and I am from Morocco, currently living here in Morocco, and I am a French teacher, and I'm a mom of three kids, a baby of 9 months, and two toddlers. And I don't use English on my daily basis, but really, English is my passion. I love it so much. I fell in love with English when I was in the high school from the first class I had, and that's why I decided to continue my studies in the university and study English literature. But you know that this traditional and academic um, teaching doesn't help us to express ourselves, to practice. And I used always to avoid. I used to be silent, and even sometimes when I wanted to challenge myself and ask it, for example, my professor's question, I used to prepare it in my mind, and sometimes I just kept just procrastinating or ended up just not asking that question because I was always thinking that maybe my English is not enough, maybe I need to work more on my English, and to be fluent in English, you need to be sounded like a native speaker. All those wrong ideas. So I want to share with you a story happened to me when I was a student. One day I was on the road with my friends, and we have met a native speaker, and she needed to be guided to a place, and she asked us with English, and I kept silent. And I avoid to speak with her. And my friends, they just started to speak with her with French. And at the end, one of my friends asked me, why haven't you take this opportunity and guide that person, that lady? And I said, it's okay, no worries. And I just said that because inside me I was feeling that I am not enough. That my English is not enough, and I need more. But yeah, but before, really before the boot camp and before New Sound, I was like that, and in the period of quarantine, I just decided to come back again and started developing my skills in English. And I started joining some WhatsApp groups and having friends from different parts of the world. And I used to send voice messages. I used to maybe join Zoom meetings, but with my camera off. It's impossible for me to switch on my camera or to post a video of mine or a photo on social media. So it was so it was impossible like that, because many friends of mine were always asking me, "We want just to see your face, please. We know your voice, but we don't know your face." And yeah, but just when I came across one of your videos, Hadar, and I fell in love with your English, the words, the pronunciation, and all those stuff, and I decided to join the bootcamp. And I joined it. I remember on Wednesday, the first week of the bootcamp, and on Thursday I attended the live training. And I decided to start doing the assignments and start to challenging myself to maybe record a video of mine and post it on this Facebook community. And let's give it a try. And that's what I've done. And I have tried to answer this assignment and record the video of mine. I have recorded a lot of videos until my baby started crying. And I just decided at that time to just post the last video I've recorded, and that's it. And at the end, I decided to start recording videos, post them, then check them on the Facebook community. So this is my first step. I know that the first step is the hardest one, but really it helped me a lot. From that day on, I started joining conversation groups with the ambassadors, with Amr, with Yelena, and switching on my camera and starting to speaking in the main room. And really, when I've seen that magic, that mindset shift in just 10 days, I remember 10 days of the bootcamp, I just trust you and said, I have to join you soon. Because really, a person who just has that impact on you just in 10 days, so I am going to see incredible results on me after 3 months. And that's what has. So yeah, after New Sound, really, I am another person. I am not the Ahlam that I joined at New Sound before. So I am another person. I started loving challenges. I started um, uh, avoiding second guessing myself, taking actions on my plans. When I've got an idea, I just go for it and start the first step, and avoiding overthinking myself. So really, I am so impressed of the results I've accomplished during the journey of New Sound. I am so thankful and grateful for that.
That is so amazing. I want to, for a second, just talk about a couple of things that you mentioned. First of all, so much admiration for your progress, so much admiration for the internal engine that kept you going, even though every part of your body said stop. But there was something in you that kept you going and has brought you to where you are today, and is going to keep you on your way to achieving, what you want to achieve. I know, like, being a motivational speaker is something that you're passionate about. You have a lot to say and a lot to share and a lot of experience. So I can see how not easily with hard work, but the path is paved for you. But I want to say, like, that how important it is to do it anyway, feel the fear and do it anyway, because you posted and then you're like, I don't want to see it. I don't want to know about it. I don't want, and there are two things here. One, do it anyway. And two, how amazing it is to get that positive validation, which is the importance of community, how important it is, like you said, the magic of the community that pulls you in and gives you the confidence that it's possible for you. Right. So I think this is something that I can definitely recognize. And another thing is, like, just the consistency of showing up and practicing every day, and this idea of habit, that if we compare your videos from 5 months ago during the boot camp, for those of you who don't know, the boot camp was another event that we created about 6 months ago. So, like, the progress simply from showing up, right, and doing the work and practicing every day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And of course, the community is very, very essential. And in this community of all the communities, and I am speaking about in particular of New Sound, really you got that support, that love, that encouragement, that keep you always inspired and encouraged and engaged to do the work. I used to post every single day a video. I have challenged myself to start doing live videos because I've recognized the importance to speak live because my 90-day goal was public speaking. That's why I've divided that goal to many bench of goals and small steps. And I started by joining conversation groups as much as I can. I have decided to create time to myself. At the beginning of the new sound, I started working after maternity, and I have a baby, I have a responsibility, and I am a teacher, and even that I was trying to create time to myself. I said that I need to invest in myself, and I worked that. That's why I tried to join every single conversation. I just try to as much as I can, sometimes late at night, sometimes too early, and try to speak in the main room, sharing my thoughts, my point of view, and starting doing live videos every single day. I have now I have 100 live video on the community, and
Amazing.
and I delivered two public speeches. The first one in front of 50 people of 20 minutes, and I've done the course review. So I was trying to be super active, and I developed that habit that if I don't practice English, I feel unsatisfied about my day. You know that I measure my success, my productivity with how much time I invest to myself in new sound. So really, I was so consistent and engaged and committed, but really it pays off at the end because really you don't know yourself at the end of that journey. And I
Yeah.
cannot tell you about the support we get from you. You are so close to us, and the team and the coaches, Yelena, Christina. If you send an email, you will get the response. And if you ask for a question, you will get the response from everyone. So really, it's a special it's a special community and a special program, so different. And by the way, I have bought other courses, but I wasn't so engaged like that. And this is what I was scared about when I joined New Sound. I was afraid that I will not finish the course or maybe not take advantage from it. But really, I was super surprised of my commitment. I was always looking for the secret. What is the secret of that? And at the end of New Sound, I discovered that it's the connection. We have
Yes.
created connection with you, with the community, with the team, with the coaches, and yeah, this is the secret.
It's like you feel almost obligated to show up because people expect you to, and I think that this is why a community is important, because they hold you accountable. They make sure that you show up. If you don't, they're going to ask you, Ahlam, where have you been? We haven't seen you in a while. And then even if you feel
Yes,
like you do it anyway, and I think this is why it is. And we have also really examined what makes people stick to doing something, and the course is designed in a way to help you go through it and get to the end. So I'm so happy to hear that this is something that has paid off for you, and that you've been able to stay consistent and see all these amazing results. So we're going to come back to you, but
yes.
thank you so much for sharing all of that good stuff. And
Thank
we're
you
going to
so
move on to,
much.
thank you, my love. Thank you. A pleasure listening to you as well. And then Miu, you have such an interesting story to tell. Just so you like, Miu, it's so good to see you. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Like Ahlam said, like that this is was one of my dream because I was in the audience and then I was thinking I want to speak like these people like my share my success story, and now I'm here. It's like every time like after joining with Hadar, like I feel like I'm achieving my dreams. Like whatever I want to achieve, like I'm achieving. Like a new
Mm.
job, moving to a new place, and everything was happening. Like I think like everyone get this chance to learn from Hadar is the most luckiest people in the world to get to know a person like Hadar. Hadar is like a goddess. She's the best psychologist because
Not
she
a
changed
goddess,
my
though.
life in a like a different way. It's not only English, my life, my whole personality is has been changed, and I'm really proud of myself. And I feel myself like I can't like express how I feel, how because of Hadar and the community, the team, and everyone supported me in different ways. And you have no idea how it affected my life. And I'm so happy because like I was I'm originally from Sri Lanka, and then I moved to Australia. I've been living in Australia for 3 years, and moving to Australia was a biggest change, and understanding the Australian English was really challenging for me. And first I moved to Australia, I was like, what they're talking about. The language, I really couldn't understand what they're talking about. It was like a different language to me. And I've been learning English since my childhood. And I did my degree, and I was like assistant lecturer, and I've taught in English to students, which means I can speak in English. But when I moved to Australia, I realized that I'm not good enough in English, and I will not be able to have a good career in Australia, because English is a must. Like day to day, we have to communicate in English. And like because I did business administration, so that my goal is to be a manager in a director board, like that kind of dream I have in my career, and to have my own business. But for all of these I need English, because that's a must, because I'm not gonna leave Australia. Like I love Australia, like I feel Australia is like my country. So that means like English is like that's the essential thing that I should have. But I didn't know that I feel like lacking of thing, because like I couldn't communicate in English, like I couldn't make friends, and I was lonely. I've been isolated, and like it kind of stress, like it kind of gives like stress, because I was in Sri Lanka. I was like an outgoing person. I had more friends. I was forward, and everyone like I was like a leader, like to everyone. And then in Australia, I'm not myself. And so that was will make me feel like I'm not belong to Australia. But I love Australia, but I not belong to Australia. And then I got a job in as a pharmacy assistant, which, and I have never had experience in like about medications or advising about medication. But I could learn, and then I could communicate in English, which means I can speak in English. But I never believed that I can speak in English. I always tell, no, I can't speak in English. I'm not good enough. I will not be able to get a job. But my husband always telling me like, no, you can speak English. That's why you are doing the job. But even in my job, like I had a my colleague, and she was always like kind of discriminating, like when I cannot understand. And I was like, I really was depressed, like I really want to improve my English, and I was watching YouTube videos, but never felt like I can trust someone. Like they just telling that don't say this, but this will make you basic, that this is advanced English. And then whenever I tell something like thank you or welcome, like I feel like I'm basic, because like every YouTuber is telling that don't tell this, you will feel basic, like you will feel not stupid, but you have to tell this instead. But Hadar is a different person. Like I've realized that English is not, there's no perfectionism in English. English fluency means if you can speak in English in a way that a person can understand what you are telling, that means the English fluency actually. Like if you can speak without being stuck, spontaneously, if you can express your feelings, that is English. And there's no perfectionism, like you can't say this or that. And that taught us, Hadar taught us that, like Hadar's teaching technologies, that the strategies are totally different than the others, because I have been like researching about from whom I can learn English, because English was a must for me and I was desperate to learn English. But I've been learning English as well, but somehow like I cannot speak, like when it's come to general conversations, like I cannot, like my vocabulary is gone, my mind is not working. Like I was feeling like what's happening. I never realized what the problem was with me. But and then I saw Hadar accidentally in YouTube videos. I was like, who is this person? Like, because she was natural, like no much like fake makeups, and like she was so natural and like messy hair bun, and then she was like explaining the exercise for like pronunciation, and I was like, me and my husband was doing the exercise, and then I felt that first video, I felt that Hadar is something like not fake, because nowadays actually it's really hard for like trust someone, and I was like a person like that. I was not open to people. I like, always suspect people like that. But I found something from Hada, and then I like subscribed to the emails, YouTube channel, and everything. And then I got an email for the 14 days boot camp, which was really, it was really changing. That 14 days was perfectly like everything was organized, and it was like surprised me, like the things that we never thought of, that Hadar is telling, and then everything is true. And like it's all about my mindset. The boot camp was like the foundation for the English, and that's what I really wanted. And then after the 14 days boot camp, and we had conversation groups, and I had joined to the conversation groups, and I've never talked to strangers, but I was so forward with speaking with strangers, and I just expressed myself. And then I have becoming more open to the community, and I'm not hiding anything. Like I just open, like I tell anything, any problem that I have, and you know that, like every problem that I have mentioned in the community, and it was really helpful for me. And having the community, having the team with Hadar, that was really changing my life, and because like my mindset, like in that like after 14 days boot camp, that new sound programs begins, and then I had some financial issues as well, and then I was thinking, do I invest or not? Because I cannot like spend money like that, because I just have financial issues. And then I thought English is a must, and if I want a good career, if I want a stable income, then I should have English. So that will be a good investment. But to whom I should invest this one? So Hada has already built up that trust during that 14-day boot camp. I have never doubted about Hadar, but only thing was like that, because that's a 3 months course, but that's a lifetime access, that's a different thing. But how I can be improved in 3 months in English, how I can be a different person, that I had that kind of doubt. But other than that, I wasn't like doubt about Hadar. And then I just uh, tick the button, then join to the new sound. And then I did the first module, that's foundation. That was incredible. That's what I needed. My mindset was the thing that I have to reset format. So, and then no one in English journey, in my English journey, have talk about this mindset. Like this, they just only talk about grammar, like that kind of stuff, but not the mindset. So that Hadar has done the research. Like that's why I'm telling, that's a psychologist. Like she has done the research, and the her strategy can be related to anyone. So we can have the flexibility, and we can be flexible in our own way, but that strategy is, that's related to everyone. We can use that strategy, like anyone can use that strategy, because everything is step by step. She has planned, she's given you the plan. You just have to be committed and consistent. If you can't be committed and consistent, then you will not be able to gain what Hadar is giving you. Hadar is giving her 100%, but you have to be consistent and committed. So otherwise, this is not going to happen.
This is so true. And I want to emphasize that point, because you can get like the magic, like a plan to become, the most successful person in the world, but it's never going to happen, unless you do the work and you say, I'm going to stay committed and consistent. And all these 6 people here, if there is one thing I can say, is that they were consistent and committed. It does not mean that you have to practice for 2 hours every day or join every conversation group like Ahlam did, because that's magical powers, which she has. But it just means that you have to make a decision and to stay in integrity with yourself and to keep showing up, which is definitely something that you did. I want to go back to something that you said about, I did not think it's possible to make a change in 3 months. Now, looking backwards, what would you say to that? What would you say to someone who thinks, I cannot make a change in 3 months?
Oh, in 3 months, I've changed a lot. Like I said, my whole personality changed. It's not only English. I was like a negative person. I always think in a negative, I have negative thoughts. And now I know how to turn into a positive person. Now I have become a positive person. And it's not only helping me to improve English or speaking in English, but also to be a person, like to build up my life, like everything, like to have a good career, to have a good person and everything. Like, like after this habit, like building habits, I have not built habits to improve English, but also to improve my life. Like waking up at 3 a.m. and do the meditation and do the breathing techniques, and then practice English and study my other things, and like walking with my dog and talking to me myself in English. And like I have we build that kind of habit, and I sleep at 10 p.m. so that I can have a quality sleeping time like that. But since I moved to Melbourne recently, I had to drop those things, but I'm gonna get back to it because I know that I can do it. If I do it, if I did it past, then I can do it again. But and also Hadar, that you said that consistent means that you don't have to do it every day, like 2 hours like that, because I wasn't like that. I couldn't do that and I had more problems, and you all know that. And like, so that, and then I stopped doing new sound program for 1 week, and then I was like more desperate, oh, can I catch up with this module? And then I reached to the support, and Jelena, one of the main coach, and she really helped me out on how I can like step up from the module. Like she told me, stop doing module 5, start with module 6, and that's gonna help you out to stand up with the program. And then I did that, and really it works. And that's module 6 was again about mindset, and that's again boosted up about my mindset. And then I could end the new sound program at exactly the day that we all end the new sound program. And then in the new sound program, the last module, in the last module, like when I speak in English, I could realize that something is different with me. Like I'm more confident in speaking English, and I start conversation with colleagues. Like I'm talking about weather, I'm talking about some news, because I watch news in the morning, so that I have a topic to speak with my colleagues. And then if I don't understand some topics that they talk, then I change the topic so that I can speak in English, so that we
Which
can
also,
manipulate.
it's so amazing, because it also shows a lot of confidence to be able to switch around and to be adaptive and to kind of like improvise. I think that is something that people are very scared of, and it's possible,
Yeah, you
even if
taught
you're
us
in.
that how to manipulate a conversation, so that I
Yeah.
did that. And yeah, and then one, and the most success point that I got from the new sound, and I realized that I have changed and I have achieved the goal, because in the module 1 we have to set the goals that we are going to achieve in 3 months. And at the end of the new sound program, I applied for interviews, and then I faced for interviews, and normally I have faced interviews in English, but I always memorized answers. Like I write down the answers and I memorize them, and like that. So when I get to interviews, I was like, I become more stressed, and like but I have been successful, but I feel like I'm not 100% giving myself, like I'm not being myself like that. But in this particular interviews, I wasn't memorizing any answers because I was so confident about myself, like I can speak
Wow.
in English. So because the English was the only thing that I was lacking, because otherwise I can speak, like I can speak, I can motivate, I can do motivational speech or anything in my native language. So I was lacking was English, and now like I was get that confident, and I was like not memorizing things, and like I got an interview questions from Hadar, that bonus interview questions. I got that, and then I go through those questions each by each, and I was like remembering my experiences and like key points what I'm gonna talk in these kind of questions. And like in the interview, I was being myself. I like expressed my feelings. I was spontaneous, and I was like, I'm the interviewer. Like I was asking questions from them, and then I got a call from the
Amazing.
manager, and the manager told, you were incredible in the interview. Like we at the very first point we really liked you, but we couldn't tell you that you are going to get the job because we had other candidates to interview. And then I called my previous manager to thank for referring me, because like that's the normal procedure when we do an interview, and then they call to our referees, and then they offer us the job. And then my manager and the other referee told me they never get a call from those people. That
They
means I
didn't
have
even need the
nailed it in the
call.
interview.
Amazing. You did
Yeah,
so well.
yeah,
Wow.
and that my current job is where I work is the largest public health sector in Australia, and which is
Wow.
really great to get selected and be doing that interview very successfully. And like before interview, what I did was I was watching Hadar's the first very video that I watched in the YouTube. That's the exercising thing, and I did that
Mm-hmm.
drilling and thing. That's all I did, and the breathing technique that you taught us in New Sound. That's all I did, and I nailed it, and I'm really proud of myself. And now in a new job, um, like every time I see new people, I just talk to them, and I get a topic, and then I talk to them, and I talk myself, and I have been like free. I'm
You're the
a
queen
like
of the
proud
office.
woman. Yeah. Yeah, and thanks
You,
to
this is
Hadar and the community. Community was really supportive, and like because I have been down in every point, and then community was the one that motivated me and supported me, and Hadar have a very good team and that helps us, and then the community, and without Lisandro, I don't know, our community was like without him, like it's I don't know what to tell. Like Lisandro was really helpful for me as well in that hard time, and I'm really grateful to be in this community. And New Sound changed our life, not English. That's what I want to say, not English. Professional development, I can say.
well, I think that how you put it, like, should I make this investment? If I want to invest in my life, if I want to get a better job, if I want to feel fulfilled, then I need English. So this is the question. It's not just like, oh, it's for better grammar. It's like if I really want to make a change and change my circumstances in my life. And I think that is the question that we need to ask ourselves. And also this idea of doing something for yourself, like Ahlam was talking about, like for your well-being, because you want to be fulfilled. You want to make sure that you're doing something just for yourself and not for everyone else, because it's all about you. And your story is so incredible, and your success and how you, first of all, how you told it. This alone, your speech now alone is proof to everything that you're sharing. But also, the proof is in the pudding, where ultimately you got the job, you got the offer, people are raving over you. So thank you so much for sharing that incredible story. And I'm so proud and happy
Yeah,
to be
everyone should learn English from Hadar in this
around.
world. Yeah.
Oh, thank you. And yes, and like, I'm happy that I can provide you with the right structure and offer, but the community And luckily our company and like the work that we do out there attracts people who are very similar, who care about self-improvement, who care about professional improvement. It's not just like obsessing over the nuances of speech. It's about that internal freedom. And because we all search for the same thing, then people really relate to each other and find home, and that support that you were talking about, which is astounding in my opinion. And you guys have been incredible. So thank you so much, Mio.
Thank you.
All right. So moving on to hear the story of Kyung Hee. Hi, how are you doing, my love?
Hello, guys. Thank you so much for having me here. This is incredible. I'm so honored to be here. Just like other guys. Yeah, I was wanting to be here. So, guys, next time it's gonna be your turn. Everything is possible in this community. All right. Let me introduce myself. My name is Kyung Hee. I'm from South Korea. Thank you, Lisandro. But currently living in Serbia, and it's been about a year and a half. This is not an English-speaking country, but just I wanted to improve my English, mainly for my daughter, and also I wanted to feel secure with my English before I start learning other language, Serbian. Um, my husband is Serbian, but we used to live in Dubai, and my daughter was supposed to go to international school there. I was speaking to her in Korean until she was like 3 plus, but I wanted to get her familiar with English before she starts her preschool, because she didn't want to mingle with any English speaking kids in the park, just wanted to stick to her Korean friend there. And that was me. I was avoiding the opportunities. I was scared to speak to my neighbors in English. So I decided to make English speaking environment at home by me speaking English to her. I didn't really want to use cartoons much because I was quite strict with her screen time. So yeah, once she gets comfortable with English, I would just switch back to Korean. That was my plan. But unfortunately, because of COVID, we had to leave the country, and she didn't get to go to school at all. And after moving to Serbia, I was confused which language to speak to her, because she was growing and she's a talkative girl, but my English was not good enough to support her to express herself freely, whatever she wanted to say. It got me really frustrated, and I started to feel anxious and nervous. I thought of going back to Korean language, but deep inside my mind, I wanted to go back to Dubai. I was hoping to do so, and maybe why not when things get better? So I just decided to stick to English for at least one more year, and then let's see what's going to happen. So, just like other guys, other people, I started consuming contents on YouTube. And of course, I came across Hadar. And in one of her videos, she was teaching this pull and pull vowels. And I loved her explanation about this hot potato theory. I really loved it. It clicked in my head. And then I learned like, yeah, I just got the image of like how to make the sound. So yeah, I was sure she's the one. She knows everything. She knows all the struggles we non-native speakers are going through. So I just joined her boot camp in time, and straight to new sound. I didn't want to waste my time. Time is the most valuable thing, and I didn't want to do any more of this illusion of learning. So I did new sound, and then it was amazing. At the beginning, of course I still had this anxiety and this negative feelings. Like I even felt I was not a good parent when it comes to my daughter's language development. But after the coaching session with Hadar, the conversation with Hadar, I realized that um, I've been doing a good job for my daughter. No, I didn't need to be under so much pressure to make her like fluent English speaker, because in this country it's her special skill. She doesn't need to be super fluent, and it's also out of my hand. And she's bilingual. She's learning all those three different languages at the same time. It was normal for her to be behind than other kids, and also like I was just being impatient, and as her special, I mean, she can express herself in Serbian pretty much freely. So there's no problem with her language development either. So I was like, yeah, her English as a special skill is excellent, I believe. And it's all thanks to me, thanks to my effort. And I learned how to value myself. You know, no one will value me more than I value myself. So this mindset shift boosted my confidence big time. And together with my hard work during the program, got me here, got me this much result. I speak freely, and I'm really enjoying my journey with my daughter, from all the burdens, free from all the burdens. And also, I'm so much relaxed, and I'm trying to get her exposed to Korean language as well, more than before. And you know, even I got so confident, I became so positive about my Serbian learning, Serbian language learning soon. So I got this much growth mindset from this new sound program. It's amazing.
I'm just so moved by you right now, because I think that it's not just the incredible story, but what you were saying, it's like it really is transformed through the screen, like that freedom. And also, I remember you in the coaching session, and I remember you when you just started. And, who you are today is really an indication of all the things that you've gone through, and especially like that mindset, big shift that you had about how you're going to start treating yourself, how you're going to start speaking to yourself, and how you're going to change that. And you actively worked on that. You made a decision that I deserve to feel better. My daughter deserves to feel better with me. I deserve to feel good with my daughter, right? To not have that, because anyway, we have guilt as parents, right? Regardless of what language we choose to speak to them. And to add to that, all the responsibility that you had about how you speak and how you sound, and how is that going to influence her? And you just want her to succeed. And all of that was creating a really miserable experience. And I think that burden has kept you stuck. And two, it manifested through your voice, how you sounded and how free you were. And all of a sudden you have all this, your personality is shining through, and you're energetic, and people, you should see in the comments how people, everyone here, but it's just like, it's so contagious, that positive energy. Because when you see someone who is authentic, who is themselves, who is free, it's very inspiring, and you want that for yourself. And I'm very, very much, impressed by your journey, and also by how you just were able to share that with us.
Thank you very much. Just from all this, that's what I learned from your course. Yes.
Yeah. And your work and the hard work that you've put in. Just a few minutes, just so you know, you all don't know this, but behind the scenes, right before, there was like some tech drama for Kyung Hee, and like she was just like running around. And I'm saying that because when things are stressful, it can throw you off easily. And then it affects your feeling and confidence and how you show up. And here, like nothing happened, so you also learn on this journey to let go of crap that gets in your way, because it's always going to be. And I'm sure that you've all had some technical issues. The microphone didn't work, the video did not record well, and then you learn how to manage it. Like when you're outside of your comfort zone, when you're outside of the usual things that you're doing, you're learning a skill of just adapting and figuring things out on the go, and just like remembering what's really important, which is being you, delivering the message, communicating clearly. And thank you so much for allowing us to see that.
Thank you.
I probably everyone watching after we're going to talk to Arthur, who's last but not least. We're going to actually open it up for questions because I think, and we've already seen a lot of questions for specific people. So once we are done, I'm going to invite you to ask questions. And team, if you can collect those questions and Slack me the question doc, that would be amazing. But I'm also here on the chat so I can see those questions. So last but not least, as I said, and a lot of you have already gotten to know him, Arthur. Hi. Yes.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
How are
Hi,
you
everyone.
doing?
I'm doing great. I'm feeling so grateful to be here. And with this amazing people and with you, I'm feeling so grateful right now. It's been a journey, right? And well, I could relate to everything that was said here by my friends. I could relate to every single story. And you asked us to talk about our learning journey, and I could actually identify two specific points to talk about that journey. The moment I decided to join New Sound in my first session with you during business and career
Business and career.
in
Yeah, but
career
it's
coaching.
mostly business. Yes, this is
It's
why it's
mostly
like business.
business. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And my question was also about business. So those two specific points, the moment I decided to join New Sound, and actually the boot camp, the moment I decided to join the boot camp and the coaching session with you. So my learning journey is right there. Um, I came across your video randomly on YouTube while doing the dishes. I like to practice my listening with that. And I was there, doing the dishes, and then I heard you saying, as a non-native English speaking, what? Well, what? And because I was kind of proud of myself that I have a good listening skills, and for sure she's from an English-speaking country. And then when you said that you were not, I thought I gotta know her work, and I obsessed about the work you do, and I started binge watching your videos right during the period you were starting the boot camp. So I decided to join the boot camp for one reason, like I wanted to see what that was about. And I started saying that I was obsessed with sounding just like a native English speaker, but that was heavy. That was preventing me to get to know myself better, to feel comfortable in my own skin. And I started the boot camp saying that, you know. And you were the reason why I joined. But I was also, I'm sorry, I'm Artur. I live in Brazil. It's a non-English speaking country. I was born and raised here, just like Lisandro, my brother. And so as a non-native English speakers, we are constantly seeking, maybe not everyone, but we are usually seeking for some kind of validation, external validation. And I used to interact with native English speakers secretly desiring to be validated somehow. At some point, they will say that, yes, you're good enough. So I was there trying and seeking validation. So that was where I started. And that has completely changed. And I want to tell how. Well, when I joined the boot camp, I was going through a very hard moment in my life. My brother had just died. My daughter was born. So I had a lot on my plate. And there I found community. I found a lot of support. But it started as it was all about English. But when you join, you discovered that the English journey is just the small part of the iceberg. It's just the peak of the iceberg. Because when you start there, you're going through a self-development journey. And that's where I want to get when I think about the coaching session. When you told me, you know what, Arthur, maybe it's not just about teaching. It's about communicating. And during this entire process, I felt that I got to be in a deeper relation with myself. I got to know myself better. And as so many of us here talked about the mindset shift, it happened to me as well. I'm pushing myself forward confidently out of a very heavy cage of self-doubt. So this happened to me because of a very supportive, kind, encouraging community. So in New Sound, I found a very well-structured program, a very serious and supportive team, a very safe place where everyone can feel safe to speak up, to speak out, and not feeling judged, which is the safest environment every learner desires, a safe space to speak. And we are not only treated with respect, we're not only um, living in a very diverse community where everyone is accepted just how they are, but we are also encouraged to do new things. And that started when during I was participating on speaking clubs and in the group where we have the chance to practice during the coaching sessions. And I felt like I would like to host a session. And I talked to Delphi, hey, what do you think about hosting a session? And we started this study group. And you guys, you and your team opened the doors for us. You want to try? Yes, of course. And Amr and Yelena and Christina and Karen were and all the ambassadors, which has a major role in the community. And I say hi to all of them. Encouraged us and supported us. Do you think you can do it? Yes, go there. We received none but 100% support to do that, and we kept that for many sessions doing the study group, revealing the content, and supporting each other. So where I am now, I'm going through a big change in my career right now, and I'm in all possible layers of your community, like the Influency community and beyond. And I've been to New Sound and now the English Fluency Festival, and I realized that the English is the way that will take you to another side of yourself, to a deeper understanding of your journey. That's how I feel about it. Thank you.
I want to repeat that. English is the way that will take you to the other side of yourself.
Yeah.
Ah, so good.
Thank
So
you.
good. I love that. Arthur, I was just like so mesmerized by everything that you just said, because first of all, you so get it, right? Like exactly what the purpose is and what we're doing and what this is all about, because I believe that you can't make a change, external change in the language if you don't go through this internal change. And exactly what you said, like develop personally so you can develop professionally. And I think that one of the reasons why I understood that, because for me, as you said, like also for you as an someone who's developing their career, and for me it was when I was thinking about what my aspirations are, because we can't disconnect it, personal and professional. It's not
Yeah.
two entities, right? It's like the personal is an external manifestation of the internal of the personal. The professional is is a manifestation of the personal, and they have to be aligned. You can't be one person at work but then someone else completely, ideally, in an ideal world. And this is why it's like the growth has to happen at the same time if you really want to see results, if you really want to see a change. Arthur, I remember that I've already mentioned it at some point. I want you to talk about that one experience where you had during the program, similar to a little bit to what Delphi was talking about, of, all of a sudden that moment where you're like, hey, this feels different.
Oh
What
yeah.
just happened?
Yes,
Can you talk to that a little bit?
Sure. We were doing one of our many coaching sessions, which is the great differential in the program. And we did the warm up and we were practicing tongue twisters and we were doing many activities. And usually, and I learned with you the shadowing technique. So while the meeting is going on, most of the time I'm shadowing, and all of a sudden I felt that I was speaking in such a effortless way, and words were pouring out of my mouth, and there was no distance between what I was feeling, thinking, and what I was saying, and then I didn't want that to stop, so I kept talking. The meeting was over, and I kept talking to myself out loud. Like, what is that? What is that feeling? I don't want it to fade away. I don't want it to go, but eventually it did. So I'm seeking. I know that place is possible, so I'm working to get there more often. And I can only say that I'm so happy I took the decision to join, to make that investment in myself. And that there is a psychological deep thing related to that when you decide to do an investment in yourself. And Hadar, you and your team usually say that you are obsessed with customer happiness, right? But I would like to add, as a personal takeaway, that you guys are obsessed with customer development. We are not the same person at the end of the journey, and that's my takeaway.
Thank you for saying
Thank you.
that and for sharing and for
Thank you.
being a part of this incredible round. Like, you can see incredible people here, and for also, I think that all of you have gotten so much. We talked about it in the Beyond Coaching session the other day, but when you receive so much, it's only because you first give. And I think that also it's always reciprocal. If you want to receive that support and love, and you have to first give. And giving is also just being vulnerable and showing up like yourself. That's giving, because you give something out of yourself, which is just, I'm willing to open up. I'm willing to share a story. I'm willing to turn on the camera. That's giving. I'm willing to speak. That's giving. And then you're also open to receiving, which I think is something that and then when you see that it's something that is happening continuously, it really energizes us. And that gets us going, right? That engine that I was talking about with Ahlam, it's like her personality too. But it's just that when you're not alone, you get fueled up by others and by that reciprocal energy that is going on between people. Amazing.
Absolutely.
So we have a few questions for you. We have a few random questions for everyone. So we're just going to go around. We'll try to be quick so we get through everyone. And so I'm just going to start with Delphi. Delphi, we have a question. And you guys asking questions in the chat. If you have questions for specific people, just write their name in the chat so we know that you want to ask someone about their personal journey. So Delphi, Maria is asking, I would like to know if it's not too overwhelming to feel like you have to work on a lot of things at once at the same time. So what would you say to that? I'm going to repeat the question for those maybe who didn't, if it's too overwhelming to feel like you have to work on a lot of things all at once at the same time.
I have to say the truth. And yes, it is overwhelming. But if you are with this community, supporting you, and with all the conversation groups and all the support of the team, it's not longer an overwhelming situation. For example, when I started New Sound, I remember it was my first week at the university in my first year. So it was like a lot of things, a lot of new things happening at once. So it was like I have to divide my time between the university and New Sound, and I did it. Thanks to the first module, and I kept going like this, like 1 hour English and 2 hours the university. So I was like that. At the beginning, it wasn't like 1 hour of New Sound; it was like 2 hours. I cheat a little bit. But yeah, of course, it's overwhelming. I felt like I had a lot of things, like a lot of videos to watch, a lot of practice to do. But you just have to sit and do it, and just speak and join to the conversation group and do the practice. And yeah, you have to just do it, because if you are overthinking too much about about all the things that you have to do, at the end of the day, you think too much and you didn't do. So I think that's the key. And I wanted to say something about Arthur, about the study group. I think it was a turning point in my journey in English. I remember the first session that we had, I was in the university, and I remember Arthur was the only one who spoke in this session because I was too afraid of speaking in the university, like with all people that speak Spanish. Because I don't know if I said, but I'm from Argentina, so we speak Spanish, and it's strange to hear someone speaking in another language. So I was too afraid of people to hear me, like asking like, what are you doing, who she thinks she is. So I remember Arthur was the only one who spoke. And right now I can say that I can speak freely in the university. I don't care what people say about me or what people think. I remember I was with Alex having a conversation. Alex is it's brother of Lisandro. So I was having a conversation with him, and a lot of people was around me, and I didn't care. And it's amazing to feel that way. And yeah, I think being vulnerable in front of a lot of people hosting a session, it was a great tool to use and to feel more confident about my English. And like I said yesterday, I think it was yesterday, that I feel more confident hearing my voice in English than in Spanish. So I think that's great.
That's a huge achievement. Really. And I think that I love what you said. It's like, I want to be honest, I was overwhelmed at the beginning. And I always like to say that we like to lovingly overwhelm our students until, like, just to the right level, right? Because we also have the support. We push them because otherwise we know, like, if you know that you have all the time in the world and it doesn't matter when you practice, they're not going to take action. So there is thought behind it, but as long as it's supported and it's like, we know that by the end they will figure it out. And yes, it requires, because there is a lot like there is a lot of new ideas to process. And every time, even if it's just one thing that requires you to get out of your comfort zone, that alone is overwhelming, but it's really, like you said, so I take a deep breath. And we always also remind, and that's why I think, and Delphi knows that, and she had that good intuition around what to do. It's just like, what's the next step? What's the next thing I should do? Right? I have that 1 hour, I'll do what I can, and then after that I won't go crazy or psych myself out, or what you said, overthink, which is a killer of fluency, just right next to perfectionism, because it's the same. So that I think this is extremely helpful. So thank you.
Oh, and Hadar, I want to say something that I don't want to forget. Um, this year summer, well, my summer, because on January, February, we were in summer here, and I remember I was watching a series on. I was watching a series, and I was watching it with subtitles in English and listening it in English. And I remember that I felt overwhelmed because there were a lot of words, like, so fast, and I was like, oh my god, I don't understand anything, even with subtitles. So I said, what? Like, I've been practicing English like for 4 years, and I can't understand a series with subtitles. And well, I left that. And then when I finished New Sound, I went back with the same series, with the same episode, and I understood everything without subtitles.
Wow.
And I felt so great about that. When I started to hear that, I was like, oh my god, I am understanding. And I think it was thanks to prosody and the last modules that we had in New Sound, that, by the way, they were my favorite ones. Um, I love it so much that I even have a session about vocabulary and intonation because I love to hear it and yeah, to practice it. And also, I want to add something. With the power speech, I felt so powerful. Like I had never been angry in English in my life, and that was the first time, and it felt amazing. Like I could practice my facial gestures and my hands, and yeah, it was great.
Doesn't it feel so good to be angry and to, be loud in English? Because when do we get to do that?
Yeah, it's amazing. I love it.
Oh my God. I love it so much. Oh my God. And what you just said about understanding everything is such a huge win. It's such a huge win. Like I do not take that lightly, and really it hasn't been that long. So thank you, Delphi.
Thank you.
Amazing. Okay. So Lisandro, I'm going to ask you this question since you do speak four different languages. Jose is asking, what if I'm also studying French? Is that okay to learn both at the same time? What would you say?
Frank?
So Jose's learning both French and English. Like he has several different languages. What's the best way to deal with that within your experience?
In my opinion, I'm a Brazilian. Latin language, it's very easy to understand. French, it's easier, the same grammar. Portuguese, Italian, Spanish, they all related to the same construction. English is something differently. That's why I'm still strongly with how to learn the English. But like you guys said, Delphi just said, she was overwhelming. I was overwhelming when I were before you, before I have here. I was like, what am I? What am I doing? I have no direction to go. And as soon as I get here, even when I'm sad, if I go to the sessions, if I go to the whatever in your community, it make me like, oh, I feel like a new person, and I feel so relieved. And the overwhelm is not in my opinion. It's the overwhelming was not understanding English, and the English is gonna be a different task. I don't know what him if he's
Jose.
Spanish. Jose, if he's Spanish. If he's Spanish, it's gonna be easier to learn French. But in English, like I said before, I'm so easy to even Russian. I can understand the Russian easily. Uh, Japanese, it sounds like easy. When you speak more than one language, the other one's gonna be like you're gonna observe everything from you like a sponge. I am a sponge, not a SpongeBob,
Yeah.
but I'm a sponge. I observe everything. And then I can understand things now because of your course, Hadar. It's very complete. Even for the mindset, like I said before, for pronunciation, for minds, it's everything complete. So English, per se, it's another different level, but here it's the last step, and we're not going nowhere because here we're gonna learn, and we can learn well, for sure.
And wouldn't you say that like a lot of the program really teaches you how to work, like why pronunciation is important and the mindset that can relate to any language that you speak, in like practice habits that is relevant for any language that you want to speak. I mean, of course, the core of it is English, and it's not a program for polyglots, but at the same time, there are so many foundational elements that you can apply on any language that you learn. I have a lot of English speakers, for example, that watch my videos because they apply what I teach them when they learn Spanish or German or French, because ultimately, the content is out there. It's not a problem to learn about when to use on, in, and at. That's not the problem. The problem is, how do you make it your own? How do you understand it? How do you use it spontaneously without second guessing yourself? How do you know that you're pronouncing it correctly so that people understand? I
Yeah.
think that is what matters, and that's relevant for any language.
Yeah, like I
And
said before, was very overwhelmed because I didn't know how to speak English. Now, I mean, it's not yet the way I want to. I want to be like Alma. She's she can be a coach over here, Alma Rivero. She's amazing. She nailed the English. She's the fourth time in New Sound, and I want to be four times in there. It's much easier. These programs make me satisfied. I feel so amazing speaking English today. I like to speak other language that I have that I built during my journeys, but now, anyways, I had the dream in English before, but now I have every day, and every time I speak, I feel like I heard myself. Before, we're like, I don't want to speak the language. Now you gave me the map to be myself. I am myself here and everywhere. Before I was just behind the scene. Now I'm in the front, I'm there everywhere. I want to express more. Thank you, Hadar. And I can be expressive in any other languages better than before. I am a new person, definitely. I'm not a new person, I'm a better person. I am a better person. I'm still the same way, not the same way, but better. You make
better.
my life better. Thank you.
Lisandro also has in the program in the last round. We made a point of singing a
Yeah.
lot. Paula started the karaoke challenge, and Lisandro brought it to another level with his, how he recorded it and the audio. And recently, Lisandro and I even did a duet. I
Beautiful.
cannot believe he challenged me to do it, but we did it. Maybe we can share it in this group as well. So really, you really, really broke a lot of boundaries and a lot of obstacles as you were kind of like rediscovering what it feels like to just be you in front of others. So
Wow. Every step was amazing and was making me, every day I was getting better and getting more happy and getting more confident. And by the end, now I had the duet with you. I was like, I could believe it because I was like, what? I did it. And it was so amazing the way we was working different apart, but the way we put everything together was like we were there together. We did
yeah,
such
it was amazing.
amazing job. Thank
Because
you.
you initiated it. And I think it's important to kind of like also for everyone to initiate things in the community, which all of you have definitely um, taking that into your journey. Like you really, really made a point of doing new things.
Yeah, you say
Okay, we have
something. You say something very nice. When you take your action, you change people's lives as well. If
yeah.
maybe when you recording your video in there, even if you are nervous or not, people seeing you and they have been inspired by you. So don't be afraid. This place is the best place to be yourself. Reporter doing your part. When you doing this, you can hear yourself and then you can be you. Without that, nobody gonna notice. And doing a challenge on yourself, the way you can go on, definitely.
And like I agree 100%. And to share your wins. I think that a lot of people are afraid to brag or they undermine a lot of their achievements. They downplay it. Oh, so what if I had a good meeting? Yeah, it felt good, but oh, I still have such a long way to go. We're all in that loop, of not being able to celebrate even small achievements. And it's so foundational. And it's also a part of it. Like when you celebrate your achievement and your wins with other people, then what happens is that you're not bragging. It just gets other people to feel like, okay, so I want that, or I want to get what I need. And how do I get to a point where I can share that with a community? So it really is like when you put positivity out there and your achievements, then it gets other people to do the same or to want to do the same, which is
Yeah,
amazing.
and just trying. If you're trying, you're gonna know results, bad or good. So you're gonna see if you do the action. Don't
Yes,
hesitate to do the action. Go do it. That's why I say this here.
do
The
it.
logo is hers, and he is. Let's do it because we can do it. If you do, you can have a result bad or good, but by the end, it's always good because you're just trying all the time. That way you can see you doing it.
Amazing. Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right. So next question is going to be for Ahlam, and we have two questions around the same topic. So I'm gonna consolidate them. So Esperanza is saying everyone had a high level of English to be able to start new sound. And then also Teresa is saying, I'm listening to these stories. I feel very identified, but my level is not very high to understand everything that you say. And I'm afraid that I'm not going to be able to take advantage of the program. So what would you say, Ahlam, to people who feel their English is not good enough or they're not ready to be in the program?
Yeah, well, I can say just that New Sound, it's not just about English, it's a life changing program that's gonna help you to change your mindset first. Because we start with the first model, which is about foundations, how to create this strong habit and how to shift your mindset from that fixed mindset to that growth mindset that accepts to make mistakes. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to have we have to avoid that idea that I have a low level or a high level. The most important thing is to convey a message, to express yourself, to share your ideas and thoughts with people. It's the most important point that we have to focus on. So the program is designed for every one of us. You have just to create time to yourself and you're going to take advantage from it. And we have here the coaching sessions, we have the practice groups with the coaches, we have the conversations groups when you have the opportunity to speak up and to develop that confidence in yourself in front of the public. And the community is so supportive and it's gonna help you to encourage you to go forward and improve your skills in English. And even uh, for me personally, I have learned many skills through this journey. It wasn't just about English. So I just can say to Teresa and the other person that it doesn't matter about your English, the level of your English, but sometimes it's about your mindset. Sometimes even you have a high level of English, but you don't believe in yourself and you always say to yourself, maybe I need to work more, maybe my English is not enough. And that's what happened to me. I had a bachelor degree in English and I was thinking that I need to work more on my English. And I was avoiding speaking with native speakers, but look to me now. I just, when I see a native speaker, I just jump in and start speaking and having a long conversation with that person. So it's about how you think about yourself, how you send message to yourself. If you said that I can do it, you can do it, and that's what I've learned in the journey of New Zealand. That I have to prove to myself that I can. I start just jumping myself to do something, challenging myself, and at the end I realize that I can do it, and I've accomplished many wins during this journey. Even I've done the karaoke challenge that was impossible for me at the beginning. I've done the power speech. I've delivered, as I have said, two public speeches, and I started hosting in Beyond. So really, I can say that just take the action and the course is worth to give it a try. Just give it a try to yourself. Don't listen to this inner voice that is preventing you to maybe to accomplish something new in your life by saying that I am not enough or my English is not enough or I have a high level. So this program is designed for every one of us. Just give it a try.
This is perfect, like the ideal answer, really. I couldn't have answered it any better. And I think you're absolutely right. It's designed to meet you where you're at. And thank you for this great answer. Wow, she got disconnected like exactly when she finished, but she's probably going to come back in a second. But I also want to say two things. One, exactly what she said about how we undervalue our English usually. I have yet to see a person who overvalues their English. Usually people who are connected to reality and thinking my English is amazing. And usually people think of their English as a lot less of what it actually is. And usually there is a lot more knowledge than their ability to express it. And they just haven't figured out how to bridge the gap. And they only value their English according to what comes out, but not according to the potential of what they already know. And one last thing, what would you do? I mean, if you're not going to choose an English program designed to help your English get better, then what else are you going to do to improve? This program is designed to take you from feeling like it's not enough to feeling fulfilled and free in English. And it's designed to help you understand better. And it's built to help you be more expressive and get better. So the assumption is that you're not ready, you feel not ready, so that you can feel ready at the end of it. As long as you understand 70% of what is discussed here of my videos, and there are tools like there are closed captions and there are like scripts and text, and you can slow down videos. There are many tools to help you understand. But what Ahlam said was just like, do you want to improve? And if the answer is yes, then don't let any negative thought tell you otherwise, and don't listen to it, because that's, it's just, oh, it's not enough. But really what it is that fear of failing, right? Fear of trying again and not succeeding. But but if you do the actual work, then there is no reason why you shouldn't succeed, no matter where you're at. I mean, granted, if you can't understand what I'm saying, then it's going to be hard for you to succeed. But if that's the case, you probably wouldn't be here to begin with. I have a specific question. Oh, Ahlam's back. Welcome back. I just reaffirmed everything that you said, and I think it's spot on. So thank you. We have a question from Mary for Kyung Hee. And she says, my son is 14 years old and he needs a boost of confidence to learn to open himself up while communicating in English. He has issues putting sentences together and making himself clear while speaking. Can he participate in the program even if he's 14? So from your experience working with your daughter and being in the program, what would you say?
So for him to participate in this new sound, that's the question. Oh yeah, definitely it's yes, because I did even with my daughter. My daughter is 6 years old, and we really enjoyed from the sprint, and also actually for those little girls, it's the matter of focus. They can't stay like focused for a long time. But 14 years old, of course, he's been doing his study and everything. I think he can even better. He can go even better than some grown-ups, because we have so many things to do, and we can't really focus on one thing. But for him, I think this is a great opportunity, and he will take big advantage from this community and from this course. I had so much fun with my daughter this sprint karaoke challenge, and the different tone of voice. Oh my God, it was really fun, acting, everything. And tongue twister, and what is that? This I forgot this rap thing. I don't know. Anyway, what was that? I forgot. This whisk. Huh? Sorry?
Not the sprints.
Oh, the fox. What is this fox?
Fox
the doctor.
Fox and socks.
Fox and socks. Oh my goodness. All these tongue twisters and fox and socks, as you said, that's also part of our program, right? It teaches all the vowel sounds and different things. Yeah, it's definitely, I would definitely recommend this program to your son.
And to do it together. I think it's so great. It's like a mutual success, because he might feel timid. And I also think that for our children, for those of you who have kids who look up to you and be like, okay, what, learning from you, I think it's so important to show them that there is something that is important for us and we're working hard to get it. Because I think it's just Arthur's nodding. Laura, his baby daughter, is like with him in all the sessions, just so you all know. She's learning English with us. And I think it's just like, it's so important that they see that we are loving this and we're doing this with passion, because it's going to send them the message that communication is important and joy in English is important, and what is consistency, and also that there is like, and it creates an opportunity to be playful together, especially with teenagers, that it's like getting less and less easy to communicate with older children. You know, I think it's an amazing opportunity for you two to do something together.
Hadar,
Yes.
can I say something about this?
Yeah, of course.
Because I felt so related to this question. Because I started the program when I actually joined to the Facebook group when it was my birthday. I turned 18 years old, and I am so grateful for this opportunity that I have early in my life. I think it was a great experience. I talked with so many people older than me, and they give me amazing advices. So I'm super grateful to be here at this age. So I want to say 14, it will be like a great age. And you don't have to worry about if you can make a complete sentence at once. I couldn't do that when I was 14. And I think I was 16 when I started with pronunciation with you by YouTube, and started to speaking in conversation groups. And it was a great experience. And I think the person that I am now, it's thanks to all the talks and the conversations that I have with amazing people around the world. So I think it's a great experience to do it earlier. I mean, older it's great too, but earlier it's amazing, and you can learn a lot of things from a lot of people, and it's incredible. So I just wanted to say that.
Thank you for that input. And I agree. I think that when you start early on, you know, a lot of times we don't know what's right. And then we develop the right habits before we get all the wrong habits or learning, you know, habits, or we focus on the wrong things. And then it's harder to change when that is, I mean, not impossible, but we all know that, like, you know, you can't teach what is like an old dog new tricks, right? So when people have more experience speaking in a certain way, or learning in a certain way, or having certain expectations, then it's hard for them to change. Not impossible, but then it's more work. Yes, Lisandro.
She we spoke in Spanish before, Delphi and I. She's a she's a little girl when she speaks Spanish, and nowadays she's a woman when she speaks English, and that's the difference. We're like, what? It's incredible the way she grew. She grows so fast in English. It's
Wow.
changed everything. You girl, you changed a lot for better. Love you.
Love that.
Love you.
It's like, I can't handle all this love. Okay, a question from you. Let me choose a good one for you, because there are quite a few. Okay, if you could give people here one piece of advice on what to do to be able to see better results, what would it be?
In new sound.
In new sound or in general?
The advice is like that you can get negative thoughts, like you can't do it, like you will not be able to do it, you get confusion, you get doubts. But what I say is, first you have to trust yourself that everything is possible if we can be committed and consistent. Like I said before, that's the most important thing that you can do. You have to be committed and consistent. That's the biggest important thing that we should have to do anything. It's not only improving English, but to do anything that you want to achieve in your life. The best advice is you have to be committed and consistent. And if I talk about the new sound program in particularly, in the new sound program, that like I said before, Hadar is giving you every steps that you need to do, and like the plan, the daily plan, that how many time, like how much time that you can spend on each module and each unit, and like the time is given so that you can plan ahead your time, like just like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes for each module, and then but that 30 minutes, that 20 minutes that you put on, you have to be full concentrate. You have to give that your fullest concentrate on that particular activity, and then you can get 100% from that. But if you are like confused, and if you are doing multiple things, and then you just not concentrate on what you do, then you will not get it. But Hadar is in the new sound, the from first module to the module 10, that everything is planned. It's like a journey. Like we've learned, first we set the mindset, because the mindset, if we don't have that particular mindset, that positive mindset that we can do it, then we are not gonna achieve whatever the English journey that we are gonna come with. So that, because in the new sound module we learn the vowels, how to pronounce the vowels, and like many things that we are gonna learn in new sound. But the first point is you have to have that mindset, so that in the first module new sound, that giving that a plan, how you can set your goals, how you can build your habits, like everything is given, so you get that foundation. And at that point, I felt like how I can build, how I can set goals, and how I can be specific with my goals. So I didn't know actually the goals that I set is accurate or not. But anyways, I just set my goals. And then when I go from the new sound program, I knew that what that specific goal setting is. And then I changed some goals into more specific. And then because when I go through the new sound program, I know what I'm going to learn. And then that 20-80 rule, so that you have to give 20% of effort, then you can get 80% results. So that's the thing. So anything that you are going to learn, you just need to know what you need to focus on. First, you have to know what your problem is. So when it's come to learning English, you have to know what exactly you have, that what the issue you have. And I realized the issue that I had is my mindset. That's the main issue that I had. And then in the first module, I built that mindset. But that first module didn't give me the 100% results, because that goal setting and everything, it was something like confused. But even Hadar say that, just even though you don't know how to set goals, just do it the way that Hadar is like giving the instructions. Just do it that way and believe in her. And then when you go through the new sound program, you will realize how you do it. And then so every module that you go through, and then you just have to do it. So that new sound program, the benefit is that someone is giving you the plan, someone is giving you the direction, so that you have to go through that. And that direction is going to help you to achieve other things as well. Like I said, anything that you want to achieve, if you want to start a business, then this plan, this strategy that Hadar is giving us, gonna help you out. So that's the thing that I can tell. This is the main foundation for anything.
I'm just going to share with you a comment that someone commented as you were speaking. In this case, yes, it's better to call the program New Life. I love that.
Yes, that's what I said. I never tell this new sound program is English program. It's like a life-changing program. Like it's giving the basic to build our foundation to grow everything that we want to achieve in our life. It's not English. It's not only about English.
Amazing. Thank you so much. And okay, so before we go into Arthur, we have one specific question for you, maybe two. I want to just say that there are a lot of questions, like technical questions about new sound, about the schedule. We have a live Q&A on Monday about all the technical aspect of new sound. So if we don't answer your question right now, just so you know that it will be answered next week when we open doors.
I want just to add something about new sound. That as I have said, that New Sound is a life-changing program, and during New Sound, I have learned how to correct this idea about the syndrome of syndrome. I was at the beginning thinking that when I will share my wins and my accomplishments with the people around me, it's bragging or sometimes showing off. But it's wrong when you share your wins with the people around you. You inspire them first of all, and then you you recompense yourself, and you encourage yourself to do more and to get better results. And yeah, that's what I have learned. And the second point is about perfectionism. I am a perfectionist person, and I used to think that perfectionism is a good quality. But during the Model 6 about mindset, I've learned that we should show that we are not we have to avoid that perfectionism, because automatically perfectionism leads us to procrastination, because we want those best results. We want to not share something until it's the best that you did or you accomplished. So I just started avoiding as much as I can that that approach of perfectionism, and make a move and take action and avoid overthinking myself a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
really,
mean, and I saw that in the festival, you keep doing that work and you keep like saying, okay, how do I let go of perfectionism? Because it is definitely the destroyer of
killing.
fluency. So yeah, and it's
It's
ongoing work.
killing me. It's killing me. It's always killing me. That's why I want just to try to fight it as much as I can and always take actions on my plans. So really, the new sound model 1 and model 6 about mindset, it's very important. And it's not just about pronunciation; it's about prosody. How we, because you know that the first thing that attracted my attention in English is this musicality, that melody, that intonation, and that's what we learned in new sound, how to sound in a clear way, in a beautiful way. I will not say like a native speaker, but to be clear, to be us, to be natural. Yeah. So really, it's about many things. It's not just about pronunciation, vowels, and consonants, but it's that program worth its cost, and it's the best investment can a person give to himself. And I would say that. Uh, it's the best decision that I have taken in my life, that I join you one day. Yeah. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Ahlam. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So moving on to the last question to Arthur, and Rosa is asking, did feeling stronger in English make you feel stronger in other fields of your life?
It did, and I just got that from you as well. Like when you align yourself with your professional life, there's more energy there. So I started realizing that how to be more honest with myself, because Katya, one of the ambassadors, she has mentioned that sometimes English reveals a different side of her personality. Lisandro got that from Delphi as well. Delphi mentioned that as well. So, and I feel this, that when I'm speaking English, English was pretty much a safe space for me. Actually, I talked about my brother first in English. I had a hard time talking about that in Portuguese. So, what I want to say about that is that sometimes a different language can become a safe space for you, and you get in touch with that, um, with with another side of yourself. You get in touch with that, and you can be more honest with yourself. And when you start doing that, and when you start, and maybe there is some neuroscience behind that, because when you start thinking about your life through a different language, you get a new set of neuron path in your brain, so you can think about your life from a different perspective and allow yourself to grow. So definitely, another aspects of my life have improved since I opened that door. And to quote Matrix, to quote Matrix, as I've watched it 23 times, Hadar, like Morpheus, she says, "I can only show you the door," and she does it like a boss.
Yeah, I love that. I'm going to ask you another really quick and technical question that I think you're going to relate to, from Javier. He's asking, after how much time did your tongue muscles stop hurting? I still notice that after speaking or reading out loud for like 20, 30 minutes, feeling the tongue hurting. So why is that happening in your opinion, and what would you say?
I warm up wasn't a habit for me, wasn't a practice. So I learned that during the program and doing the sprint. So you're going to have access to Masters 2.0 if there's not another version of it. But so warm up became a part of my routine. Um, Another thing when you think about warming up is that when you communicate, it's not just about your mouth, your tongue, but it's your whole body. So you're expressing yourself in a very holistic way. So maybe why are you carrying so much tension when speaking? So maybe try to think about that and try to create maybe a safe and peaceful environment for you, and take that time for you, like it's your time, and you breathe and you do your warm up and you speak. And if it's hurting, stop. Why are you hurting yourself? You can continue the next day. It's a never ending journey. That's how I think about it.
I agree 100%, like especially that part of tension. And if like it's not supposed to hurt. So if it's hurting, it's a sign that we need to shift, that we need to change something, that we need to pay attention. Like don't assume that because it's a second language, it's okay that it hurts and I just have to kind of like put up with it, because it's not supposed to hurt. It's supposed to feel soft and easy and calm and effortless. And technically you should be able to speak for as long as you want, just like the way you are in your first language. And I think that a lot of times that tension is created from stress or from kind of like trying to be perfect, and then you're grabbing, you're trying very hard. And sometimes it's from mispronunciation, because we have a habit of pronouncing a sound not in the optimal way. And as a result, and we've gotten used to it, and as a result, we invest way too much energy, a lot more than what we need to. And this is why I think pronunciation is so important, because you learn how to be efficient in your speech. And then usually the outcome is not feeling that tension and not feeling that stress and strain that
And
we feel.
you teach us how to find our optimal voice. So in the program, there are many of technical aspects that will help you feel more comfortable while speaking.
Absolutely. So, like I said, we have a bunch of other questions. We're saving all those questions and I'm going to answer them on Monday. On Monday, we open doors for New Sound, but in the meantime, you have access to a trial version of New Sound, the sneak peek. Just so you know, for those of you who haven't signed up just yet, they're going to pop the link in the chat, hadarshemish.com/try. We're inviting you to check it out so you can not join, that's next week, try. Just to make sure that you know what it's about, you see the structure, you take a few lessons, see if that speaks to you. And in addition to that, remember all the amazing things that we've heard from our students today, that told us about what it's like to be inside the experience. It's not just the lessons, it's everything else. So my dear Arthur, Delphi, Lisandro, Ahlam, Miu, and Kyung Hee, I want to say thank you so much for being here, for sharing your experience, for being such a major and incredible part of the community, and for being just you, and allowing us to get to know you in English. Thank you so much. And thank you for...
Thank you.
It's like it's been such, I can't believe it's been 2 hours, and it felt like just like a brief conversation. And thank you to everyone who is watching, who stayed until the end. We still have hundreds of people watching, so thank you so much. And I will see you all on Sunday. Wait, I have a song that we're going to dance to just to wrap up. But tomorrow we have a challenge for you in the Facebook group. And then on Sunday, we have 2 coaching sessions. So you're going to join a Zoom call with me. I'm going to finally get to see all of you who are usually in the chat. And we're going to invite you to sign up for a hot seat, which is something that we do inside of New Sound, to work with me for 10 and 15 minutes, which is going to be incredible. We have 2 sessions, so no matter where you live in the world, you should be able to join us. All right, let me prepare the music. So thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for being a part of this and a part of our family and a part of this New Sound experience. Which is what it feels like, just like a family. A professional one.
We are family. That's my second family.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Have a beautiful day, and we will see you all very soon. Thank you.